Welcome to my channel called Amazing Faith. Today we'll talk about the second great test of faith. If you remember, I will send you the link on the video regarding the first great test of faith, which is the test of delay. I'm going to be sending the link there in the captions below. But today we're going to talk about the second great test of faith, which is the test of denial. Remember the story? We were getting our story from the Canaanite woman whose daughter was demon possessed. And Jesus, together with his disciples, were resting in this place called Tyre and Sidon, right? And what happened is this woman found out that he was there. And then she went to Jesus Christ. And then what happened is she cried out in order for her daughter to be healed from demon possession. And what happened is when she was crying out, we read in the first video in that verse 23, Jesus did not say a word. That's in Matthew 15 verse 23. That when that happens, continue to push. Do not give up on praying. But right now, today, we're going to talk about the test of denial. Let me read it from you on how Jesus reacted again when it comes to this woman. So the woman, she did not stop praying to the Lord. She did not stop calling out to the Lord. In Matthew 15:23, it says here, so the disciples came to him, to Jesus, and urged him, send her away, for she keeps crying out after us. And here's how Jesus, our Lord, answered. He answered like this: I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. It's almost like saying to the Canaanite woman, you are not qualified. Wow. One of the worst feelings in the world is the feeling of rejection. You were not accepted for a job. You were courting a girl. She did not answer a yes, or friends leave you because they rejected you. It's almost like people saying to you, God saying to you, you're not qualified for this. Why the test of denial? Here's the thing. In Jeremiah 11 verse 20, it says, but O Lord Almighty, you who judge righteously and test the heart and the mind. Remember, she might have called Jesus Lord in verse 22, but is it just a form of lip service in order to get what she wants? And that's the reason for the test of denial. Because you have to remember the context of this. Before this, right, Jesus was having discussions together with the Pharisees, and he quoted Isaiah. And what did he quote from Isaiah? He said here, this people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Right? You might call Jesus Christ Lord, Lord, but do you truly believe that he is Lord? Do you truly follow him? Do you truly believe that he is the Son of God, the very God himself? In this other story, in the other gospel of Mark, there's a similar story, the same story anyway. Matthew calls her a Canaanite woman, but Mark calls her a Syrophoenician woman. Long story short, a Syrophoenician woman during that time is like the upper crust of society. If she was living today, we could call her the housewife of Tyre and Sidon, or whatever it is, right? The housewives of Galilee. It's like the housewives of Beverly Hills or something like that. She was upper crust. And you know what? She might have said, who is this carpenter anyway? Who's rejecting me? Who is this, right? She could have said that, because here's the thing. Rejection has a way of stirring up the pride in ourselves. And sometimes God will allow failures and rejections in our lives to see how we will react to it. Will we react with pride, or will we react like this Canaanite woman? How did this Canaanite woman reacted? Let me read it from you. It says here, the woman came and knelt before him. Lord, help me, she said. So here's the thing. When you are undergoing the test of denial, three things that we should be doing, just like this Canaanite woman. First, come nearer to Jesus Christ. Come nearer to Him. That's why it says here, instead of going away, she went nearer to Jesus. One of my favorite missionary, Hudson Taylor, who has said this, it doesn't matter what the pressure is. What matters is where the pressure lies. A lot of us, when we see God not answering our prayers, we either walk away from Him. But no, don't walk away from Him. Go nearer to Him. If that is what's happening to you when you are undergoing the test of denial, you're going near to Jesus, that's a good thing. The second thing we should be doing is go lower. We just read earlier, it says, the woman came and knelt before Him. The word knelt there is proskuneo in Greek, which means to worship Him. That's why in the KJV version translation, it says she worshipped Him. Because that word proskuneo, it's like the forehead hitting the ground. It's an act of humility. It's an act of recognizing truly you are God and I am under your mercy, O God. And lastly, so first we should be coming near to Jesus instead of walking away. Number two, we should be going lower and worshiping Him, showing our humility, showing that we really acknowledge that He is God and we are under His mercy. And number three is this, pray louder. That's why she shouted, Lord, help me. When I'm saying pray loud, it doesn't mean just only the volume. It means it's coming deep within the heart. There's a desperation in it. It's saying, Lord, you are my only hope here. Right? Remember the story of Peter when he was walking on the water because he was looking at Jesus Christ, and then he looked at the waves, and when he looked at the wave, he started to drown. What did he say? He shouted, Lord, save me. The same with us, brothers and sisters. When it seems that our prayers are being denied, this is not the time to speculate if God will answer or not. This is the time to speak out to God more, coming from our hearts. As Leonard Ravenhill said, God does not answer prayers. He answers desperate prayers. Remember, when you are thirsty, really thirsty, you do not say to God, Lord, do you have water? And if you do not have water, it's okay. No, when you are really thirsty, you cry out to the Lord, Lord, I'm thirsty. It's the same thing. When we need help from God and when we are undergoing the test of denial, our prayers become shorter, but our prayers become more desperate coming from the heart. And that's what we should be doing when we are undergoing the test of denial. Watch out for part 3 on the number 3 test when it comes to the great tests of faith. For the meantime, remember, God is amazed when we have faith in Him. Have an amazing day of faith. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.